This week I completely finished a sewing project and it has already been on an outing. So I told you last week that I started a Tabitha t-shirt dress at my Sew and Bond event, and I only managed to cut the sleeves, but I managed to cut out the rest of the dress. But there was a bit of an issue while I was cutting out. So I had enough for the sleeves, obviously, because I had that cut out already. Then I cut out the front bodice, and when I was going to cut out for the back, I did not have enough fabric to cut on the fold. So I cut the two back pieces separately, and then I had to join them to have a center back seam, which is all right because I could do a bit more of shaping. But as I was cutting out the back bodices, I forgot that I had stuck my top t-shirt to my skirt pattern, and it was the front bodice. I forgot to remove the front bodice and put on the back bodice. So as I was cutting the neckline, I started cutting too deep, and I was kind of halfway down the neckline once I remembered. As soon as I did realize that that was happening, I stopped and I tried to level it off, and it's not that bad. You can't really tell that it's gone too low, and even when it's on, there's not a lot of gaping at the back. You don't see a lot of neck, so it's not too obvious really. And then when I tried on the dress for the first time, it was a very baggy, so I didn't like it. I wanted to take in the side seams a little bit more, and I ended up taking them both in, so all the way from the sleeves down to the hem, I took it in by 5/8 of an inch. So up until that point, before taking it in, all of my stripes were matched. When I took it in, I didn't pin or clip anything again. I literally just put it through the overlocker, and some of the stripes actually shifted. So it is really good in most places, but there are places here and there where they are slightly off, especially down the back center seam. But on one side of the dress, I don't know how I managed to do this. The stripes are all matched, but they're actually matched with the stripe below, so it's kind of going in a spiral all the way down, because I tried to straighten out the hem, and as I kept on cutting the hem on the stripe, I realized as I reached the other side, I just kept on cutting, and I was thinking, I should be stopping right now. And then when I actually laid the dress out flat and realized, yes, one of my stripes is matching the stripe below. So if you have a look there, you can see that there's a top white edge all the way there, but then as it comes into the next side seam, it kind of disappears. So that is a little mistake, but only if you're really staring at it will you notice. I've already worn the dress. It was super comfortable, and I didn't even really pay attention to it. It did not bother me at all. So the pattern I used for this is the Tabitha t-shirt from the Tilly and the Buttons book, Make It Simple. There is instructions on how to self-draft a skirt to add to the t-shirt, and you can also add a drawstring. I didn't want all of that, so I literally just overlapped the skirt and the top bodice and just cut it out like that. This is such an easy sew, and it is so nice to just be able to grab something, throw it over your head, put on a pair of tights and some trainers or boots or whatever it is, and then just walk out the door. So I do want to add a few more of these pieces to my wardrobe. I actually take a very long time to make something, because you may probably already know that I film most of my steps of my work in progress, because I like sharing that with you, and every garment has a story to tell. So that's why I take quite a bit of time in making my garments. So I'm very happy that this week I've actually been able to finish completely a project, but it was a very simple one. For my hems, I was super pleased that I once again got out my cover stitch machine, because I used it recently for the crop top that I made for my daughter's best friend. So of course I thought, let me just use it again to create the hems on my dress. I actually want to play a lot more with my cover stitch machine, because I haven't used it to its full potential. I've only used it to create hems, and I know it can do so much more. And even with the hems, I've only used 2 needles, and it's got 3 needles plus a bit of top stitching, I think that's called, or something top. So I haven't even used that, and I've had the machine for about 4 years now. So I definitely want to play around with it. I just need to find the time to just sit and just play. Since the Tabitha t-shirt dress is now finished, I've thought about what my next project is going to be. So I've already mentioned to you about the Handbag Fest, and it's not far behind in my head. I do want to make it, especially because we're coming up now to a colder season. Especially this week, I'm already wearing all of my chunky knits, and it's just been kind of one day hot, one day cold, one day hot, one day cold, and today is one of those very cold days. So I definitely want to make my Handbag Vest. Something that has been playing in my mind with the Handbag Vest now, I bought quite a few meterage of that wool that I'm intending to use for it, and I was thinking I only need 1 meter, but I have so much, maybe I could extend it. So I've been playing with the idea of extending the hanbok vest to make it like a long gilet. I don't know how you call it, like the proper word for it, but make it maybe down to my knees and obviously just continue the hanbok vest. And I've been wondering, do I want it to have that overlap though, because as it goes down with your hips, it's going to kind of pull out. So do I want to add shaping? Do I want to just make something straight? Do I want to get rid of the overlap in the front? So these are just ideas that are going through my mind. I don't know if I'm actually going to go through with it or keep the hanbok vest simple, but it is something that I have been thinking about. 2 other projects that I'm still thinking about, and one of them I've already told you is my outfit for the Janome event. I have told you 2 outfit ideas already, and I'm not sure I've mentioned this one to you because I've thought about this one recently, and it's about making something completely different. So the first 2 outfit ideas I had was the Rose Cafe Bustier by Daria Patterns, and the other one was the Somerset dress by the Petite Dressmaker. Because these are dresses, I've been thinking, in reality, in my life, day-to-day life, where am I really going to wear those? Because they are quite classic shapes, and I'm not exactly just going to put them on just to do the school run in the morning. But yes, I will probably wear it maybe to go out with friends or go for a dinner with my partner. So I was thinking I would be better off making a 2-piece outfit that I could use then separately after the event. So the idea now is I could maybe make a t-shirt, so quite a form-fitting or tight-fitting t-shirt and a skirt. And I was thinking of making the t-shirt in red. I've got this in my stash. It's a ribbed jersey, and I don't know if I want to make it in this or just a plain like viscose jersey or cotton jersey, but I want to make a 3/4 sleeve and a longer t-shirt that I will be able to tuck into a skirt that I want to make with this fabric, also red. So the whole outfit I'm thinking full on red. This is a Swiss dot organza that I was thinking to make as the overlayer of the skirt. And here is where my mind is now traveling again of options. Do I just attach elastic or a flat waistband to a layer of organza and wear it over? Instead of a t-shirt, make it a t-shirt dress like the Tabitha, and this will just go over the top? Or shall I make the skirt definitely a standalone piece in itself, in the sense where I would put something to layer it so that it wouldn't be see-through, so like a lining, maybe add a few layers of tulle just to make it poof out a bit, and then I could use the skirt itself with another t-shirt or with another shirt on another day. There's lots of ideas going through my head, and I really need to stop having all of these ideas going through my head and just focus on something and work on it, because I don't have a lot of time, in the sense that if I do want to film the progress for you and tell you about it, I kind of need to get a move on, because that is the longest part of the process, is documenting everything to show you. So still part of this Janome outfit in all red, I went over to my red cubicle section of fabric, and I also pulled out this one. I have had this fabric in my stash for quite a few years now, and if I'm not mistaken, I got it from Sew Me Sunshine. It's a cotton lawn, and I was thinking this would look super cute in a shirt, maybe with a puff sleeve, maybe a collar. Again, I'm not entirely sure, but then match this one and have the skirt under. I think this would really go as well. But again, I'm just adding more ideas to my bucket, and it is so full, I don't know which ideas I want to pick and actually make them a reality. I also got some new fabrics this week for another project I want to work on, and I got a whole bunch of Christmas fabrics. So these are all poly cottons that I got, and I think this one is super cute with Father Christmases on it and hearts, and I got this in a gray as well. I also then got just like plain shapes, so I've got snowflakes. This one looks like candy to me, and I've just got a striped fabric. I also got 2 solid colors, and then I got gingerbreads, reindeer, and dinosaurs. I think this one is super cute. I also got a bit of calico. Now, the idea for all of these fabrics is to make an advent calendar. I've been thinking to myself for at least 2 or 3 years now that I want to make an advent calendar, because I think it's just so fun. You can play around so much with it, and I would just love to have a an advent calendar I've made myself for both of my kids. So I got all of these fabrics not only with the intention of making some for myself, but I was also thinking of making an event around this. So my idea is to bring a whole bunch of us together where we spend most parts of the day sewing up Christmas things. So advent calendars, reusable gift bags, bunting, maybe placemats, Christmas stockings, so just all centered around Christmas. Probably there's many of you like me that we keep on saying year after year that we're gonna get certain things done, and time just flies by, and next thing we know it's Christmas and we don't actually get any of those things done. So I was thinking of organizing a day where all of us got together and we just did a bit of Christmas sewing. Let me know if this is a good idea, if this is something you would like to join in. So comment below, send me an email, however you want to let me know, because I want to organize this only if you're interested in participating, because I don't want to be the only one rocking up to the event. I also want to let you know that my tote bag workshop is now online on my website, and I was showing you the last few weeks that I created these 2 designs for it. So these are samples for the workshop. If someone wants to make these examples, or if someone just wants to change this up slightly, that is the joy of being able to create something for yourself with your own ideas. So these are just samples that I have created to take photos, and it is now live on my website if you would like to join me for a few hours of making your very own. You wouldn't have to bring any fabrics or your machine, nothing at all. You would just need to bring yourself, and I will provide everything for you. So I've already got a couple of tickets sold, which I'm super excited about. And if you would like to join me, I will leave a link in the description box below for you to have a look. I would love to organize some more events for us in the new year. So if you have any idea of events that you would like to go to, or if you've been searching something that you have not had in your area, please let me know in the comment section below to see if I can actually come up with something for all of us to be able to join in and just meet other sewers, meet people who we have all the same interests. So do please leave your comments or email me at bianca@beesilva.co.uk if you don't want to leave it in the comment section. That's it from me today. Bye for now.